that good. So what like C programming has, they don't have. Let us study about C programming, like history. Before moving to C programming, like the thing is that C is the one of the earliest language. Like you can say that the C before C there are a few languages. They are not much applicable. So after introduction of C, mass like revolutionary step took up in you can say in the history of like computer science or in the language program. But the thing is that this C programming language was basically introduced first for what? For designing the program. Like most of us we have like Unix operating system. We might have like heard about unit, this Unix operating system. So what happened like this C programming language was developed at A.T. Bell Laboratories, which is in USA in 1972. That means this C programming was first introduced in the Bell Laboratories in USA in 1972. It was designed and written by a man, Dennis Ritchie. And later, like what happened, like most of the familiar language was Algo, BPCL, and B. Those are the first three languages. Those languages was replaced by this C programming. Initially, what happened, like we used to have this Algo, BPCL, and B language. They are not that modified. They are not for mass use. So what happened, like this C program was introduced. It was introduced in 1972 in USA in Bell Laboratories. Initially, this program was designed for a Unix operating system, or it is for a operating system. But later on, what happened? Like this C program was used mostly like for like developing the softwares as well as C compilers, like which is written in C only. Major part of the operating system like Windows, we have Unix, Linux. It's still written in C. The question is that why only C? We have Python, we have Java, we have more other languages which is much more developed like than C. Even though still today we have what Unix, Windows, Linux, those are in those like platforms still C is used. Developed in 1960. Then what happened again in BPC? It was developed in 1967 and B was developed in 1970. The initial phase of C was developed in 1972, but there was a primary part of the C. Again, C was developed. Then K and R, the person, they developed C again in 1978. And ultimately, the final C came in 1989 and 1990. So what happened basically to ensure that C program will remain standard, to remain to ensure that C program remain standard, the American National Standard Institute (ANSI) defined a commercial standard for C language in 1989. ANSI 1989. They what they do? This American National Standard Institute (ANSI) they standardize this one. Later on, what happened that International Standard Organization (ISO) like what to say they approved this ANSI like C language which was developed in 1989 was developed, yeah, it was approved by the ISO in 1990. So we can say that this ANSI ISO C 1990 is the most developed version of this C. Primarily, C was developed in 1972. They redeveloped it again, and the final one came in 1990. Now there should be some feature of this C that makes it like usable for all other peoples. The most like the main like part that the main feature that we have for this is like composite language, fast and efficient, modularity, statistically typed, general purpose language, reset of building operators, library with rich functions, middle level language, portability and easy to extend. We'll go one by one. The most is like this two part is most important. What is modularity? This means that if you write a C programming, we can make it module wise. That module can be written in different part, and we can like combine them. Or it can be in the same program or in a one way. We can say that the same program we can write the like modules. One module can be written like that means we can say that the whole program can be divided into different modules, and that can be easily like we can use them. And the portability means that basically what happens in C program need to have a compiler that compiles the data or anything. What happens like the portability? What happens? The code written in one compiler can also be compiled by the other compilers. That means they are easily like transferable. We can say. This portability helps us to transfer the code from one compiler to another. Or modularity, what it does, it basically we can divide the large program into a set of modules into subsections. Those subsections will be called as your modules. And one thing that it also called as middle level language. Why it is called middle level language? As we have seen there, before it was Algol, then BPCL, B. They are the primary language. After C, we have your Python, C++, Java. This C what happened? This C consists of the features of both the lower language and the upper developed language. Like as a whole, we can see that from this chart also we can see the different features of this C program. This language. The question is why C is used? Any key applications? C is basically widely used in embedded system, then using for developing the system application, for desktop application. About we know all about we do like Microsoft or other about the software. Even the CEO of this about is in Indian. So what they also use this C programming. It is used for developing browser, their extensions, Google Chrome is built using C programming language. Initially, each and everything like the revolutionary step took place in this internet, in this computer world was done by this C only. Later on, more developed language came, which was much easier to learn, much easier to implement. But initially, this C was the fundamental thing, fundamental language to use in each and every field. As we have seen even earlier, like Windows, Microsoft, all those places where this was used initially. Even it is used for compiler production and IoT Internet of Things application like medical purpose, for data analysis, for other whatever the application we have in Internet of Things. Even this program was used. Why to learn C language? Basically what happened, the first language which we have Java, we have C++, we have Python. But before moving to those languages, this is the basic language. That means if you understand the basic language, you can move to the developed one. So we can say that C is a basic language. So for the programmers or anyone who want to study other languages, the basic idea you will get in C. So if you know C, you can easily move to C++. You can easily move to Java, Python, because those languages are also developed from C. Like what happened in C, we have data type, we have operators, we have control system, control statements, everything. If you know those, what are the data types, or what operators, control system, if you know in this C, it will be very helpful to make the codes in other language, other developed language. Same thing is the structured programming language. And the question is that what is the meaning of the structured programming language? In which the program is divided into various modules. Like we have seen that modularity. What is the modularity? The program was divided into different subsections, and this subsection is called as module. So in C, this is a structured programming language in which program is divided into various modules, and each module can be written separately and together in a form of a single C program. This structure makes it easy for testing, maintaining, and debugging the process. Second thing, C contains 32 keywords, various data types, and a set of powerful built-in functions that makes programming very efficient. It will be very difficult to introduce now what are the functions and what are the different data types because they will be very deep in the C language. So we will not be moving to those data type, operators and all other things. We'll be just having a basic view that how C works and what is the functionality of C and why we should use C and why we should learn C. They have 32 keywords. Then we have built-in function, various data types like int and other things that are data types are there. So we should know those data types with functions, keywords before writing any course or any programs in C language. Another feature of C programming is that it can extend itself. A C program contains various functions which are a part of library. That means, when we see the structure of C, we will see that what is the library and how that work. Library means that C has a store of data that it links when it executed or when it compile a program. like even C has various like compilers. Like we have def C. There are different compilers can be used to compile the program. Even there is a like there will be a problem like what is the meaning of compiler. You can see that what is a compiler and what compiler does. Again, we have seen that this C program was a portability. That has portability. That means it's portable language, which means that programs written in C language can be run in other machines. The feature is essential if we wish to use or execute the code on another computer. That means we can like same code can be run in different computers using different compilers. Let's go to basic command of C. Before writing, like let us see a program like hash include stdio int main bracket close हो गया, then some comments over here, then print hello world. Yes, this is the basic simple program. Now that what each function does, we have to include this hash include. We have studied about library. This part is called the library. It is a command include standard input and output header file stdio dot from the library C library before compiling a program. That means it is a library to include all the keywords that is necessary for this whole program. After what you say, this library you can use here like declaration, global declaration, but it is not here like int function, int a b c. Then we can declare our function over here. After like include hash studio and main function, इसके बीच में we can like what to say, we can give our own like we can do the global declaration. This is the int main function. That means each program should have a one main function. The program will start executing from this int main function. This is includes this is library part. It will work as a linker. Linker will include this. From this int function, the execution will start. That means the main function from where the begins execution from the int main function. Somewhere you find biot main. There are a lot of other like there should be a main function. And this is the like starting of the function, and that is the end of the function. So that this indicates the beginning of the main function. This is the main function. From here it started. So here's some our simple program देखो और एक program देख लेते हैं ना. Same चीज है वहीं पे like studio, then int main function है, ये वाला main function आ गया. Print एक कीवर्ड है, ठीक है, एक स्टेटमेंट है. ये print क्या करेगा, like ये फंक्शन ऑफ प्रिंट का कहाँ पे लिखा होगा, ये stdio में लिखा होगा. दैट मींस ये क्या करना है, सिर्फ प्रोग्राम ढूंढना, कुछ मालूम नहीं है, तो ये यहाँ से वो उसको लिंक कर देगा. ठीक है, सीधा वहाँ एक लाइन फर्स्ट लाइन को देख लेते हैं. When you compile and execute, the C program instruct the compiler to print out the line. जब हम लोग इसको कंपाइल कर लेते हैं और एग्जीक्यूट करते हैं, what does the program do? It instruct that you have to print this one. And line one is like the one way to write the comment in C. Between like we are writing a comment over C. Like what is the purpose of writing this program? So if you put this symbol, that means it's not going to execute. Compiler not execute. It's only for the like what is it? Coders like understanding why they are using this code program. Like you can write that like write a program to add two number, write a program this, write a program to write a hello. Like this is a statement where this whole program will not be executed. Like this code will not be executed in this program. It is only for the like understanding part. Line 2, this hash we have said is a command tells the compiler to look at other sources of extension here, existing C code, particularly libraries, which are files that include common reasonable instruction, reference, and standard C library with function of getting input from a user and for writing output to the screen. Like in simple way, I can say that this is a library which will instruct like each and everything is written in this library. Whatever we'll be writing here will be linked to this library according to the function. The printf, this whole programming, this compiler don't know what is the meaning of this printf, but the functionality of this printf is written is this stdio. So they will link this and they will print this output. This is the main function. From the main function, like the question is that what is main function is it doing again? This main function will do like what type of function we are going to do in this code programming. And this bracket return to 0. Now let's see how this compiling is done. We have said that compiling. But the question is how is compiling done? You have written a code like stdio, int a, b, add a plus b, or whatever the program we have written. That is called your code, source code. Once we have written the code, that will be sent to compiler. And compiler starts compiling from the in function, from the main function. After compiling, you will give an object code. This object would be linked to the linker. Like we have seen that linker stdio. It will be linked to the linker and then we will give the outputs. So AC is a compile language. A compiler is a special tool that compiles the program and convert it into an object file. That means a compiler, what a compiler do? The compiler will convert the like whatever code we have, that will be converted to an object file, or we can say object code, which is machine readable. That means whatever we are writing, int a, b, c, a plus b, hello world, whatever we write, computer don't understand those things. What computer do? Computer only understands 0 and 1s. Those convertibility will be done by the compiler. After the compiling process, the linker will combine the different object files and create a single executable file to run the program. That means what? This linking, this called linker. This linker will link between the object code and the like stdio file. Then they will generate the code. Nowadays, there are various compilers are available online. You can use any of those compilers. The functionality will never differ, and most of the compilers will provide the feature required for the extension of C and C++. There are some compilers which will be used for C as well as C++. That means same compiler can be used in C or C++. Like we have the portable C compiler, Turbo C, like this is the Mingo, GW compilers. Those are the different compilers. You will find them in like free of cost, like in the Google. So you can use those compilers for compiling the program, for compiling the code. I can see that we have a source code. What is the source code? That means whatever we are writing as a program, that should be like saved.c. That will go to a compiler. What the compiler will do? This first the code we have will be changed to an object code. Name will be same. First is the name. What program we are writing? Someone can write like Tripura University program name. You can write your own name .c. That will be converted to a same name with different extension like object file. That will give into a linker. What is linker? That stdio. They will link and these two codes and they will give the extra like execution will be done. Basically, what we can say that like simply we'll write the code. Like we know the code, but computer don't know the codes. So there will be someone who will be helping. Like there will be someone who will be helping both of us. The code and the machine that will be done by the like linker. But even linker don't know what to do. The linker will go to the stdio file. They will search what to do. According to that, they will execute the program.
They will start compiling
They will start the compiling.
The only thing that we need is that we need to send a code. We need to send a code to a linker.
Basically, do like say if you like have a code now, everything is there. Like you have to just type one by one. Execution. Like I don't have the programming software now, so I can show you. Let us take one program right now. Like same thing we have like stdio into the main function. Then we have the code program. Code program return to this is the main program we are writing now. You don't need to like look after the code you have written. See, this is the output. Like we can generate any type of patterns, any type of, even we can generate games. If you want to see like how like games are written in C, you can go to Google and like a snack game by C. You get a long program and see how snacks are like how they like coded the program. We can write a like we can write our program according to our demand and we can generate the output according to that. Like it's like pyramid shape, we can triangular shape, we can add something, whatever we want, we can do. Just simple for the for just to show that how it is work. Thank you. Just a simple introduction of C is there. Like we have nowadays like most of the people don't use C, they use basically Java. Java is more like reliable and most like, useful. So most of the people what they do, they are like moving to Java. But before moving to Java, the basic thing that you should know that C is there. What is the functionality of C and how does it work? It should be known. Then there are a lot of keywords we have, even a lot of functions we should know, which is present in C. If you know those, the functionality of those functions and those keywords, that will be helpful for us to use other C programming easily. Even if you can go NPTEL, there are around 42 lectures based on this C. You can go to them and you can see like how this works. Even a lot of things there like how loop work, how if else statement, there are different statements. If you go deeply to those things, it will be difficult to understand. So like for just a basic purpose of C, like, what is the functionality of C? Even like for data calculation, for data plotting, you can use C. It is easy to use for like those who are not like for the, from the Department of Technology, they can use this C. It should be easy for them. Like, the functionality would, like for our project, we need that huge functionality. For short functionality, this is like, it's easily usable.
And for huge,
for use, you have like Java, we have MATLAB, we have Python. Yeah, there are more other languages like they are doing Python. I am doing my MATLAB. There are other programming languages you can do. We can generate our course like it's not necessary that like it should be taught in any class, but you can go through YouTube. You can learn that, and you can some of them some of us what have we have like the passion of learning code. For them, they can go like they can search like see there is even books. There is one I think one book you can purchase that book for like 200 rupees and you can start your like, program.
and this regarding the C++, it comes on all under the C programming.
C like they again redeveloped C that become C plus plus. C if you want to use C plus plus before that you have to know C. See, there are some basic functionality which is present in C that should be totally directly used in C plus plus. So like for the person who want to use C plus plus, they can directly use, first refer this C. Do not to be like need to be master in C, but at least you should know the functionality of keywords to jump to the C plus plus. In other things, let me know. Oh, and C plus plus will be taught by online friends. You give the basic idea of C plus plus. Yes, we will give them the Python and some additional course.
Exactly.
Hello, my friend. Good morning.
Sir.
My name is Sandeep Taylor, and I'm passing my MTech in IIT University. And today we are going to discuss about the C++ program. Already, my senior Dada discussed about C. I hope you have understand. I hope you have understood the basic idea of about the programming. Now I'm going to discuss about C++ programming. It is little bit more advanced little bit than C. Let's go to the slides. What do you have to do? Learn about C from the what we discussed about the C. Have you guys noticed anything special?
It's a programming language that is on code basis, and that is based on a code basis. It will be sent into the compiler and the linker to get all of that down.
Actually, what is program? Do you know? What is the basic idea about the program? What do you mean for program? Something maybe it's a task we run in a step-by-step process. Yeah, it is. When we construct any cultural program, everything.
Everything is
I'm related to the real life problems, real life things. Program means we execute something in a step-by-step manner. So programming in computer is like that. While we construct, while we aim to do something, application like our WhatsApp, everything. When you want to perform something in our computer, we have some in a step-by-step manner. This is called programming. We are doing programs. So what is C? C is a module-based programming function or maybe function-based program. It is a structural language. Not and C++ and C++ is an OOPS-based, object-oriented. We can perform multiple tasks in a single from a single function. We can give them a more forms. Means consider a mobile. It is performing so many things. It can record a video. It can play a music. Like that. In C++, it's a OOPS-based programming plus, like C, it can perform structural-based programming also. It is not. It is here you cannot in Python, Java you can perform threading, but in C++ and C there is no concept of threading. What is mean by thread? Do you know anything about thread? Basic. What is thread? Thread is part by part process, and I am dividing one process into several parts. Yeah. Who is superman you?
Yes.
Oh, who is superman? Physical? Education. Then let's start from the history of the C++. Here our slide has come. This is OOPS-based program I have already told you, and it is developed in Bell Laboratory in New Jersey, America, by Barney Stortis. Okay. The slides is not changing. Uses of C++ programming language. C++ is used by programmers to develop computer software. Do you know you use Chrome browser? While it is running, you search for something, it gives HTTP. Do you know HTTP as HTTP? Have you guys noticed anytime in the URL, whatever we search, whatever website we open, there is HTTP, and this kind of because it is the most advanced level. So when you search something, there is a VS Code engine is there background for Chrome browser. When you search something, the processing part and the request part has done by the VS Code. sorry, not BS1. Create engine. It's called create engine. Sorry. Then we can develop games. We can perform our offline something with billing softwares. Do you get any click from any shop? This kind of softwares can be made by the C++. Then, what is OOPS? I want to discuss about OOPS, object-oriented programming. What is this? What is the differences between C and C++? C is a procedural language. It is a module-based functional, whatever you try to give the instruction. This is the step-by-step process. It is here that there is no any concept of object, any form. It performs one kind of operation in a time, at a time. C++ non-procedural and it's object-oriented. OOPS has inheritance, polymorphism, then encapsulation, and another thing is so what is polymorphism? Poly means many, morph means form. It can perform at a time several forms. Like I have given a mobile phone example. It can record, it can play music, it can send messages. Like this, our mobile phone is doing multiple tasks at a time. Multiple form it is taking. Next, inheritance. In C, we have to write for several tasks if we want to do in a program like addition, subtraction, kind of thing we can perform when we try to perform an addition type of program, yeah, kind of similar type of program in C. We have to write the code. We have to write the code again and again. But when we come to the C++, we don't have to write the code same for similar type of program. We can call that program. We can perform that function by giving the parameters, by giving the dynamic data to the function. It is inheritance. Then encapsulation. What is encapsulation? It is separating one function from the another function. It is not collapsing each another. Okay. Data abstraction. Data abstraction is the another property of OOPS, object-oriented programming. Data abstraction means think of a car. You do drive when you go to drive a car. You know the outcomes of those buttons. You know when we handle steering. But what is the big background process? You don't know. So kind of things when we perform like WhatsApp, when you send you click a button and message goes out for your friends who are your friends. But you don't know how it is going. How the background process is hiding from you. Those are not necessary for you to know how it is performing. This is called data abstraction. It is hiding some kind of something. Those are not relevant to you. What you want just to send a data, send a message, send a photo. or you want to call your friend, but you don't know how it is going. What is the process? So kind of those are not relevant to end user. We are hiding those data. Otherwise, it was if it is not hide from the users, it may it may looks like very complex thing for end user specific. That's why we hide those things. This is called data abstraction. This is the four things. What is lies under object-oriented programming?
Is the Google page suppose we have designed a C plus from C plus plus we is designing the Google pages or not?
Yeah, you can.
But this is C program or C plus plus?
It is C++. But there is a disadvantages, some disadvantages in C++. This is when we talk. Do you know anything variable? What is the concept of variable?
Single.
Not symbol. It stores something. Think of a bucket. We can eat in a bucket. Maybe we can eat puff rice, mixtures, so many things. So variable kind of thing is which contains something. Value, a character, a string. Character means A, B, C, D individually. String means one sentence. Have you guys understood about the variable? In variable, there are so many types. Boolean variable. Boolean means computer understands only 0 and 1. True, false. This kind of things. So Boolean data type. When we go for variable, there are Boolean data type. Another is character. Another is string. Another is integer. Another is float. What is integer? All the numeric values, which is real numbers, are integer numbers. And another is float. All the decimal numbers lies under the float bit data. And character already I have said. And string, it's a sentence. It's a sentence for string type of data type. So what was your question?
My question was that this web design page
Ah.
was in the language to search the Google suppose Google something web search. It is designed under is C language or C plus plus.
It is designed under, if it is static, there are two types of items. One is static, another is dynamic. When you use dynamic type of thing, then you have to scripting, you have to add server-side scripting language like PHP, like Node.js, not Node.js, Express.js, such kind of thing. Then you have to learn about JavaScript. You have to design that page using CSS3 or CSS2. HTML and structure based for structure of that web page, you have to learn HTML. These are other things. And for dynamic purpose, dynamic as a server-side scripting, you can use C++, but C++ is not secure enough to handle those kind of HTTP requests. Why? Because it handles global friendly variables. When it use global friendly variables, they store every variable as a pointer. Pointer means it addresses the variable where it has stored in the memory. If a hacker tries to find out those memory allocation, then your data may leak to the hacker. And your data may be used for unauthorized purpose. That's why C++ is not recommended for web page design. It is designed.
.NET is recommended.
.NET is not based on C++. It is C#.
.NET is recommended to use Windows application.
Yeah.
That's what he is talking about.
C++ also used for Windows applications. But when it comes to the web page design, it is they use C# on .NET framework. .NET is a framework, and background they use C#. And for designing purpose, you have to use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay.
Right now, HTML5 is
Yeah. HTML5 is done. You have done those things. Okay.
Donor to make secure, to make protect, we have to use.
To
Protect. Suppose something is to be hacked in one example.
you can use PHP, then Transfer.js on Node.js framework, and so many other files. So third-party libraries are there. Those they are developed for security. You have to use those things. And to make a web page secure, you have to use SSL certificate. SSL certificate. Do you know anything? SSL certificate. I have already mentioned that HTTP and HTTPS have noticed in URL. Some websites may open with HTTP. Some websites HTTPS. What is the difference? These are protocols. HTTP hypertext transfer protocol. It always encodes your data. When you transfer something or you request to the server, HTTP sends you request in encoded form. When it is HTTP, it is not that enough CPU. They are enough encoded. Data encoded, you request it. But when you use HTTPS, it goes through a main server, another server which provides you the encoding part. That's why when you visit any site, try to visit HTTPS website. Otherwise, you may target by the titles. They may send unauthorized application links. But sometimes you may got something call from the they call you have owned something. You have owned a car. You have owned 50 lakhs. You have to deposit some 5,000. You have to deposit 10,000. What they got you done? How they got you done?
it is done by phishing attack.
Phishing, yes, phishing attack, and those phishing attacks are done by the HTTP kind of sites. There are so many kind of sites, and nowadays HTTPS वाला साइट भी बहुत सारे ऐसे साइट्स हैं जो HTTPS कंटेंट करता है. आपको Facebook के तरह Facebook मिल जाएगा. If you search Facebook, they actually convert the Facebook domain while they buy domain. They do not use English letter. They use Roman letter में भी बहुत सारे O है, E है, E के टाइप के है. Those things, those characters ASCII value are not same. Have you heard about ASCII? ASCII. When we type A, capital A ASCII value is 65. When you type in the keyboard A, it gives the input 65, and it converts into a binary code. 0 1 0 1 0 kind of this, and it goes to the hardware. It goes to the operating system, and operating system gives the input to the hardware. Okay, इतना समझा पाया मैंने? C++ का एडवांटेजेस क्या है? मैं आप लोगों को कोडिंग पे नहीं लेके जाने वाला हूँ. कोडिंग पे नहीं जाने वाला हूँ. मैं बस इंट्रोडक्शन ही देने वाला हूँ. क्या क्या हो सकता है? C++ हम लोग गेम खेलते हैं ना. आप लोग तो बहुत सारे गेम खेलते हैं, जैसे काउंटर स्ट्राइक हो गया. इसके बाद क्या क्या है मेरे को इतना पता नहीं. PUBG नॉट बेस्ड ऑन C++. PUBG का अलग ही कुछ है. अभी गेम का बहुत सारे अच्छा इतना मेरे को पता नहीं गेम के बारे में, खेलता भी नहीं हूँ. तो एडवांटेज ऑफ C++ is relatively low level and is system programming language. तो बहुत आपका जो कन्वर्शन होता है, जैसे कि सर ने बोला, कुछ देर पहले आप लोगों को सी समझाया. सर ने बोला था कि C++ is also a low level language. For compiler, it's not mandatory to compile that in a class file, then in an interpreter. It is directly compiled to the interpreter language. Our computer understood only interpreted language, not our grammatical programming language. ठीक है, तो जब भी आप कुछ कोड करते हैं C++ में, then C++ compiler converts that code into an interpreted language. So C++ is little bit faster than any other language. There are Python, Java, but for Python, the Python compiler used a dot pass time. But for C and C++, there is no need for a dot pass file. पहले वो आपके लिए ऑब्जेक्ट का फाइल बनाते हैं, इसके बाद उसको इंटरप्रेट करते हैं, then एग्जीक्यूशन। लेकिन C++ में ऐसा नहीं। C++ डायरेक्टली आपका इंटरप्रेटेड लैंग्वेज में आपका एग्जीक्यूटेबल फाइल को कन्वर्ट कर देता है, आपका जो भी एप्लीकेशन। अब जब कुछ मतलब एक फाइल बनाते हैं C++ में, उसको डायरेक्टली एक एग्जीक्यूटेबल फाइल में कन्वर्ट कर देता है C++ कंपाइलर। दैट्स व्हाई जो बीच का एक स्टेप कम हो जाता है C++। none other than Java and Python. And PHP and Node.js kind of things are other things. वो इस कैटेगरी में नहीं आते। वो सर्वर साइड स्क्रिप्टिंग है। अब C++ से भी कर सकते हैं सर्वर साइड स्क्रिप्टिंग, देन आप Python से भी कर सकते हैं, Java से भी कर सकते हैं। लेकिन मोस्ट रिकमेंडेड आजकल की Node.js प्लेटफॉर्म ज्यादा यूज होते हैं वेब पेज डिजाइनिंग के लिए। क्यों होते हैं? Because those are multitasking, multi-threading, and one at a time they can parallelism. Do you know what is parallelism? मतलब एक ही टाइम पे मल्टीपल टास्क मल्टीपल रिक्वेस्ट पे हैंडल कर सकते हैं। Node.js टाइप का Node.js प्लेटफॉर्म पे जितने भी वेब पेज आजकल डिजाइन हो रहा है, और Node.js का जो बिल्ड इंजन होता है, मैंने कुछ पहले बोला था Chrome ब्राउज़र में, Chrome, then Firefox, then Microsoft Edge, वहां पर जितने भी मतलब कंपाइलर है वो सारे के सारे बेस्ड ऑन C और C++ है। उसको C मतलब जावा के साथ C++ को कंबाइन करके Node.js और मतलब बिल्ड इंजन को बनाया गया। ठीक है, और इसका कम्युनिटी बहुत लार्ज है, बहुत पहले से है ना C++, आज से नहीं है। उसको अर्नेस्ट टोरल्स ने बनाया था 1983 में शायद। तो बहुत दिन से वो चले आ रहे हैं, और इसका प्लेटफॉर्म इंडिपेंडेंट और लोगों के बीच में इसका पॉपुलैरिटी ज्यादा है, सबको पता है क्या होता है, उसका सॉल्यूशन सबके पास है। सो बहुत सारी इंडस्ट्री आजकल भी लाइक फेसबुक, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट आज तक C++ यूज करते हैं। ठीक है, और गूगल तो करता ही है ना, उनका जो बिल्ड इंजन क्रोम ब्राउज़र है सबसे फास्ट ब्राउज़र है, हम लोगों को पता है सबसे फास्ट है, वो भी C++ के ऊपर रन हो रहा है। और एक डिसएडवांटेज क्या है कि डायनामिक मेमोरी एलोकेशन नहीं होता है C++। डायनामिक मेमोरी एलोकेशन क्या है? आप जब कुछ टाइप करते हैं, कुछ फाइल बनाते हैं, उसके बाद उसके अंदर कुछ वेरिएबल डालते हैं, कुछ इंस्ट्रक्शन देते हैं, तो उसके लिए कोई भी फाइल रन होने के लिए कंप्यूटर में तो allocate memory location to perform that program। तो जो एलोकेट होता है मेमोरी में इस फाइल को रन करने के लिए, उसको डिलीट नहीं कर पाता है C++ कंप्यूटर, वो रह जाता है। तो आपका गार्बेज मैनेजमेंट नहीं हो रहा है, आपका मेमोरी फुल होते जा रहा है, आप C++ में काम कर रहे हैं, C में काम कर रहे हैं, आपका मेमोरी धीरे-धीरे फुल होते जा रहा है। तो एक ड्रॉबैक है मेमोरी के लिए, फास्टर है बट एक गार्बेज मैनेजमेंट नहीं कर पा रहा है। और डाटा इज ग्लोबल एंड ग्लोबल डाटा डज नॉट हैव सिक्योरिटी। मैंने बोला पॉइंटर आपका ग्लोबल डाटा है, एक होता है कि प्राइवेट वेरिएबल्स और लोकल वेरिएबल्स। मैं आऊंगा उसमें एक एग्जांपल में आपको दिखाऊंगा। प्राइवेट वेरिएबल्स क्या होते हैं? कुछ देर पहले सर ने क्या दिखाया था आप लोगों को, एक फंक्शन दिखाएगा जरूर, मेन फंक्शन में करके कुछ फंक्शन दिखाएगा ना, उसके अंदर जितने एक फंक्शन के अंदर जितने भी वेरिएबल्स, मैंने बोला ना वेरिएबल्स कुछ कंटेन करता है, आपका इंटीजर वैल्यू या फिर फ्लोट वैल्यू कुछ हो सकता है जो कंटेन करना है, तो उसको आप एक्सेस नहीं कर सकते उसके बाहर से। ठीक है, यहाँ पर सोच लीजिए आपका एक प्रोग्राम का नाम है, मैं स्टार्ट करता हूँ, यहाँ पर कुछ हेडर फाइल्स होगा, ठीक है, मैं उस तक में नहीं जा रहा हूँ। आपका इंट मेन है, आप इसके अंदर कुछ वेरिएबल्स डिक्लेयर कर रहे हैं, जैसे कि इंट ए मैंने डिक्लेयर कर दिया, ठीक है, और ए का वैल्यू मैंने 10 दे दिया, और इसके बाद इसके अंदर और एक फंक्शन में लिख रहा हूं, सोचिए कि इसका नाम मैंने फंक्शन ही रखा है फन। तो मैंने इसके अंदर कुछ भी अगर डिक्लेयर करता हूं, जैसे कि सोचिए कि इंट b इज इक्वल टू 5, ठीक है, मैंने इतना ही, ठीक है। अगर मैं इस b को वहां इस लेक्सिकल में उसका ब्रैकेट में इधर क्लोज कर देता हूं, इस लेक्सिकल में मैं यूज करने चाहूंगा तो नहीं दे, बोलेंगे ये मेरा है लेकिन दो तुमको, ठीक है। और जो ए है ना, ये सबके लिए होता है, इसको मैं इसके अंदर यूज कर सकता हूं, जैसे कि मैं और एक वेरिएबल ले लेता हूं c इज इक्वल टू a प्लस b हो सकता है, लेकिन मैं इसके बाहर मैं b को नहीं यूज कर सकता। तो ये होगा लोकल लेक्सिकल, लोकली इसका प्राइवेट है इस फंक्शन के लिए, ठीक है, और ये सबके लिए ग्लोबल होता है। ये फंक्शन अगर एग्जीक्यूटिव फाइल बन गया ना, मैं अगर उसका पॉइंटर है, पॉइंटर और एक चीज होता है पॉइंट, जब भी हम वेरिएबल डिक्लेयर करते हैं C++ में, सोच लीजिए कि मेरे को पॉइंटर चाहिए, मैंने ये वेरिएबल दिया और इसका और एक पॉइंटर ले लिया, और अभी अगर मैं सी, आपको तो सी दिखाया ना, तो मैं प्रिंटफ करता हूं इस, मैं इतना प्रोग्रामिंग लॉजिक में जा रहा हूं, मेरा कोड में बहुत सारा गलती है। तो इसको अगर ये तो ग्लोबली है, ये डिक्लेयर हो गया ग्लोबली, तो मेमोरी में ऑटोमेटिकली क्या होता है, एड्रेस, जब आप एम्परसेंड ए लिखते हो ना, मतलब इस ए का एड्रेस कौन से मेमोरी के कौन से लोकेशन पे है, उसका वैल्यू क्या है, वो मेरे को पता है। वो ऑटोमेटिकली क्या होता है, एलोकेट करके दिया जाता है इस ए को, ठीक है। अगर किसी को प्रोग्रामिंग आता है जो हैकर हो, उसको तो ऑब्वियसली आता है, तो पॉइंटर यूज C++ में क्या होता है, ये पॉइंटर यूज करके उसका एड्रेस निकालेगा, निकालते उसका वैल्यू निकालेगा। हाँ, रेफरेंस भी होता है, कंडीशन स्टेटमेंट जो होते हैं इफ और एल्स, आप कुछ भी परफॉर्म करने चाहते हो, ठीक है, मैं कोर्स में भी आ रहा हूँ, तो इतना तो समझ में आया ना, लोकल और ग्लोबल क्या होता है, ग्लोबल में क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम होता है, यहाँ पे लिखा है ना, ग्लोबल डाटा इज ग्लोबल एंड ग्लोबल डाटा डज नॉट हैव सिक्योरिटी। कैसे सिक्योरिटी नहीं है, आपको समझ में आया? कोई प्रॉब्लम, कोई क्वेश्चन? समझ में आया ना, आपको समझ में आया? हाँ, एक ग्लोबल डाटा है, मतलब एक मेन फंक्शन होता है, एक मेन फंक्शन होता है पूरे प्रोग्राम, उसके अंदर आप जितने भी वेरिएबल्स को डिक्लेयर करते हो, वो सारे उस प्रोग्राम के जितने भी अदर पार्ट्स है उसके लिए ग्लोबल है। और आप जब उस प्रोग्राम को रन करोगे, सबसे पहले ये रन होता है, ये तो मेन फंक्शन है ना, मैंने लिखा है ना, मेन फंक्शन सबसे पहले रन होता है, तो उसके अंदर जितने भी ग्लोबल वेरिएबल्स है वो तो पहले मेमोरी में चला गया, आपने कुछ सेंसिटिव डाटा दे दिया, आपने यहाँ पर ए के बदला अपना पासवर्ड दे दिया, सोचिए, या फिर आपका ईमेल आईडी दे दिया, तो मिल गया ना किसी को आता है प्रोग्रामिंग, उसने रिस्ट्रक्चरिंग करके आपके लोकेशन तक, मतलब आपका मेमोरी लोकेशन तक पहुंच गए और आपका पासवर्ड मिल गया, आपका ईमेल एड्रेस मिल गया। तो एक प्रॉब्लम होता है C++, जो C# में नहीं होता है, C# को थोड़ा एडवांस किया गया है बस। और अभी मैं जाता हूं कंडीशन, उसमें वो है ना कंडीशनिंग करना, इक्वल स्टेटमेंट, देयर इन C++ कुछ स्टैंडर्ड लाइब्रेरीज होता है, जैसे कि IOStream, OnIO। These are standard libraries जो इनबिल्ट है, C के कंपाइलर में इनबिल्ट है। वहाँ पे कुछ एग्जिस्टिंग फंक्शन है, जैसे कि आप जरा सोच लीजिए साइज ऑफ ए, किसी वेरिएबल का साइज क्या है, किसी एरे का, एरे मतलब समझते हो ना, एरे स्टैक क्या होता है। आप लाइब्रेरी में जाते हो, वहाँ पर स्टैक होते हैं, स्टैकिंग करके रखते हैं ना, उसको आप मतलब वर्टिकल कर लो, सॉरी हॉरिजॉन्टल कर लो। स्टैक क्या होता है, ऐसा स्टैक कैसे होता है, लाइब्रेरी में बुक स्टैक ऐसे होता है ना, तो उसको आप ऐसे हॉरिजॉन्टली कर लो, स्टैक में नहीं जा रहा, हॉरिजॉन्टली सोच लो। ये होता है एरे, ठीक है, ये होता है एरे। तो आप इस एरे का साइज कैसे पता करोगे, और एरे का साइज पता करने के लिए वहां पर IOStream में एक डायरेक्ट फंक्शन होता है जो इनबिल्ट है, कंपाइलर जो जिसने सी कंपाइलर बनाया है ना, उसने डायरेक्टली वहां पर एक मतलब फंक्शन दिया है, उसका नाम है साइज ऑफ। साइज ऑफ, इसका नाम सोच लीजिए कि मैंने इसका इस एरे का नाम ए दे दिया, मैंने ए डाल दिया, ठीक है, तो उसका साइज निकल कर आ जाएगा डायरेक्टली। तो स्टैंडर्ड लाइब्रेरीज आर दिस काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स वेयर यू कैन फाइंड आउट सम इनबिल्ट फंक्शंस, इनबिल्ट मेथड्स to perform easier your mathematical terms, some kind of complex functions.
How long will it take? Because we need to leave. Actually, we are conducting an inter-department tournament, so we need to reach before 12. Yeah, we need to do the live.
I got any इससे ज्यादा कुछ नहीं है। मैं इसने बोला था कि कंडीशन क्या होता है, कंडीशन फंक्शन क्या होता है, और एक लूप बोलते मैं खत्म कर दूं। अब आते हैं कंडीशन। क्या है कंडीशन प्रोग्रामिंग, कंडीशनल प्रोग्रामिंग क्या होता है। अब कंडीशन डाल दो, ऐसा होगा तो मैं एक बार करूंगा, ठीक है। अभी मेरे को साथ बुलाएगा तो मैं, ठीक है, अगर नहीं बुलाते तो मैं क्या करूंगा, यहाँ पर आप लोगों को समझाते हैं। जैसे कि इसने बोला कि 12 के पहले हम लोगों को समझ लीजिए, इसमें कंडीशन रखना है, काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स, ठीक है। तो सोच लीजिए आप कुछ परफॉर्म करने जा रहे हैं, हम लोग इसको इफ एल्स स्टेटमेंट बोलते हैं। इफ आपका कंडीशन आएगा, उसका आपका स्टेटमेंट आएगा, और प्लस एल्स मतलब ये हुआ तो ऐसा होगा, एल्स ऐसा होगा, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पर मैं कुछ कंडीशन डाल देता हूँ। सोच लीजिए मैंने पहले कुछ वेरिएबल दे दिया, ठीक है, ए बी दे दिया, ए का वैल्यू मैंने 10 रख दिया, इसका 5 दे दिया। इफ ए ग्रेटर देन बी तो परफॉर्म कीजिए क्या, नो, हाँ ट्रू भी कर सकते हो या कुछ और फिर, ठीक है। सिर्फ मैं और भी सिंपल करता हूँ, प्रिंट एफ कर देता हूँ, या मैं तो C++ कर रहा हूँ, मैं सी आउट, जो सी में कुछ भी आप प्रिंट करना चाहते हो तो आपको सी आउट लिखना है, तो आप यहाँ पर लिख दोगे ट्रू, ठीक है, और एल्स क्या, फॉल्स। एनडीएल का मतलब होता है एंड ऑफ लाइन, ठीक है, और न्यू लाइन में चला जाता है। जब भी आउटपुट आते हैं वो प्रोग्रामिंग आप करोगे तो समझ में आएगा, बहुत तो नहीं जा रहा। दिस इज कॉल्ड कंडीशनिंग स्टेटमेंट्स। आप कुछ परफॉर्म करते हो, जैसे कि आपको कहीं पर जाना है, आज बारिश नहीं होगा तब जाऊंगा, यहाँ पे लिख दीजिए आज बारिश, आप प्रोग्राम में दे दीजिए कि आज बारिश होगा तो मैं सोऊंगा, आज बारिश नहीं होगा तो मैं जाऊंगा, ठीक है। ऐसे होता है इफ एल्स स्टेटमेंट्स। कुछ ओवरव्यू आया है क्या होता है कंडीशन स्टेटमेंट्स। ठीक है, तो मैं लूप पे चले जाता हूँ। लूप्स में क्या होता है, फॉर लूप होता है, व्हाइल लूप होता है, डू व्हाइल लूप होता है। तो उतना नहीं जा रहा हूँ मैं, फॉर लूप दिखा दूं। तो लूप क्या है, लूपिंग क्या है, आपको सोच लीजिए कि एक के बाद एक मल्टीप्लिकेशन करना है। ठीक है, आपको एक के बाद एक मल्टीप्लिकेशन करना है 10 टाइम्स। ठीक है, तो आप तो 10 बार नहीं लिखोगे ना, एक सेम कोर्स को आपको 10 बार लिखना पड़ेगा। जैसे कि a into b, ठीक है, फिर से आपने c into d किया, मतलब ऐसे करके सबका वेरिएबल देना पर वेरिएबल का वैल्यू देना पड़ेगा, 10 बार उसको लिखना पड़ेगा, 10 बार आपको परफॉर्म करना पड़ेगा, आपको इंस्ट्रक्शन देना पड़ेगा। तो उसी चीज को मिनिमाइज करने के लिए और विदिन वन लाइन आप परफॉर्म कर सकते हैं। ऐसे क्या, ऐसे मतलब लूपिंग फंक्शन बार बार एक इस चीज को प्रिंट करने के लिए, जैसे कि फॉर लूप। फॉर लूप में क्या होते हैं, पहले आप इनिशियलाइजेशन करते हैं वेरिएबल, आप पहले भी वेरिएबल डिक्लेयर कर सकते हैं, इसके अंदर भी कर सकते हैं। जैसे कि मैंने मीन टाइप का एक वेरिएबल ले लिया आई, उसका इनिशियल वैल्यू दे दिया मैंने 0। ठीक है, और आई कहां तक जाएगा, आई लेस देन इक्वल टू, लेस देन इक्वल टू 10 जाएगा, और आई प्लस प्लस कर दिया मैंने, और इसके अंदर मैंने हर एक वैल्यू ऑफ आई को प्रिंट करना। ठीक है, तो सी आउट तो पहले क्या होगा, 0 से स्टार्ट होगा। ठीक है, मैंने स्टार्ट कहां से किया, इनिशियल 0 से, 0 जाएगा, 0 कंडीशन चेक करेगा, कंडीशन में क्या है 10 है, 0 10 से छोटा है बड़ा है, छोटा है, तो उसको प्रिंट करेगा। और इसके बाद प्लस प्लस होगा, आई प्लस प्लस होगा, आई प्लस प्लस मतलब आई प्लस प्लस होगा, क्या आई प्लस प्लस ऑपरेशन क्या होता है, आई प्लस प्लस मतलब आई इज इक्वल टू आई प्लस 1, आई का वैल्यू क्या है 0 है, प्लस 1 मतलब क्या होगा, आई का वैल्यू अभी 1 हो चुका है, आई का वैल्यू अभी 1 हो चुका है, समझ में आया। आई प्लस प्लस का मतलब क्या होता है,
एडिशन का
रिसेंट जो वैल्यू है उसको एक प्लस कर लो, आई प्लस 2 भी कर सकते हैं, 3 भी कर सकते हैं, तब क्या होगा कि मतलब 2 स्टेप आगे जाएगा। ठीक है, तो अभी अगर आपने यहाँ पर आई प्लस प्लस 1, पहले 0 था, 0 को प्रिंट कर दिया इसने, इसके बाद आया आई प्लस 1, तो हो गया आई का वैल्यू 1, फिर से उसने क्या किया, पहले 0 प्रिंट किया था, ठीक है, अब 1 प्रिंट कर दिया, इसके बाद फिर से प्लस प्लस होगा, प्लस प्लस होके आई का वैल्यू 1 है, इसके साथ और एक 1 लग जाएगा, तो हो जाएगा आई का वैल्यू 2। ऐसे करके करते करते 9 तक जाएगा। ठीक है, 9 10 तक जाएगा, 10 में जाने के बाद क्या होगा, ठीक है 10 तक जाएगा, 10 तक जाके उसने चेक किया है कि आई ग्रेटर देन, आई का जो वैल्यू है वो ग्रेटर देन 10 है और इक्वल टू 10 है, इक्वल टू 10 है, तो इसको भी प्रिंट करेगा, लास्ट तक उसने 10 प्रिंट कर दिया। ठीक है, तो इसके बाद आई फिर से प्लस प्लस होगा। ठीक है, अभी आई का वैल्यू क्या होगा 11, तो 11 हो गया इसका वैल्यू, तो 11 क्या है, इससे छोटा या बड़ा है, 10 से 10 11 इज ग्रेटर देन 10, सो वहां पर कंडीशन मतलब बंद हो जाएगा, वो इसको एग्जीक्यूट कर देगा, मतलब उसके आउट, इसके बाहर फेंक देगा पूरे लूप को, मतलब लूप वहां पर आपने कंडीशन लगाया कि 10 से ही जाना है, 11 में नहीं, 11 जब आएगा उसी वक्त उस लूप को टर्मिनेट करेगा। ठीक है, तो ये हो गया आपका एक लूप, फॉर लूप, और व्हाइल लूप में और एक मैं कर देता हूं।
Sir, we really need to because if we are late, the whole process will be
अच्छा ठीक है, इट्स ओके, तो have you understand whatever I have given you, delivered you? I tried my best to explain these things clearly and conceptually. ठीक है, so nice to meet you guys. I hope you will come to that programming language platform in those environment, and we are there to help you guys. And if you want to study C++, there is a website called Geeks for Geeks. गिग्स आप वहां पर जाइए, गिग्स और गिग्स में जाइए और वहां से आप C++, C, पाइथन सब कुछ सीख सकते हैं, फ्री में। हर एलिमेंट्स और उनका जो वीडियो है फ्री में, आपको वीडियो भी मिल जाएगा उनका, बहुत अच्छे तरीके से वहां पर इंस्ट्रक्टर आपको इंस्ट्रक्ट करेगा। आप लोग अगर सीखना चाहते हैं, गेमिंग टेक्नोलॉजी में जाना चाहते हैं, वेब पेजिंग में जाना चाहते हैं, सब कुछ है वहां पर। मेरा रिकमेंडेशन है आप लोग गिग्स फॉर गिग्स लिख लीजिए, गिग्स फॉर गिग्स में आप लोग सीख सकते हैं C++ के बारे में। ठीक है, थैंक यू, हैव अ नाइस डे टू यू।